Okay, and then we're gonna let her in, and then we are going to go live on Facebook.
Are we starting with Hannah?
Me.
No, Lisa.
Oh, okay. I gotta switch.
Oh, on your bead tray?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So are you making any announcements? Just one quick question for you down there.
No,
Okay,
no.
just wanted to check. I wanted to make sure what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Happy
Okay,
holidays. That would be a good one.
yeah, there you
That's a
go.
good one. Of course.
So we're gonna try to go live on Facebook here.
You're wonderful. Yeah, you're doing great.
Let's see, okay. All right. Now what am I doing?
Get nervous.
I got my vote. Okay, we are
Okay,
live
I
on
did
Facebook,
both.
everybody. Let's
my.
see.
Here,
Share
let me take that
to a
home.
page, share to Upper Midwest Bead Society, go live.
See, I need to purchase some things like this because I don't have that.
We are going live on Facebook.
Oh, hi.
So, they can't see us yet, but they will
Can hear us.
momentarily for all you folks out there. We're really darn excited. You could join us.
More than excited.
Exactly, absolutely. I really hope this is working because my computer sort of has a blank screen. There we go. So we got it. We're live streamed on Facebook.
Yeah.
And so welcome. I'm Rochelle J from Bobby Bead. And we have here with me in the studio, I got Beth Arndt here from she came all the way in from South Dakota. Shelly, do you want to say hi?
Oh,
I'll turn
great.
the camera around.
Hello.
There we go. Shelly's over here. We're in the studio. There we
There
go.
you go.
Yay. So we're having a blast here at Bobby Bead. I know I just made you all dizzy there. But that's okay. It's Saturday morning, right? One cartoon
Yeah.
show after another.
This is just
So
so
we're
much
just
fun.
having a ball here. We have classes today from Lisa Krupp Dooley. She's doing this really adorable Illuminati design. Did I pronounce that right? Oh,
It's Imani.
Lamani.
No, Imani.
Imani.
You don't pronounce the L.
Oh, really? Okay. Then there you go. They're super beautiful, fancy, and I'm so darn excited to be them. And then afterwards, we have Hannah Rosner. She'll be from
there.
Free, and she's teaching these wonderful little dragonfly earrings here.
Yeah.
And
fun.
so I'm just so darn excited to have happy beading. And it is the end of the year. So if anybody has their membership dues, I just wanted to remind you that January is your new year for your Upper Midwest Bead Society membership. And you can just go to the membership page and renew, or PayPal might send you an automatic reminder as well. So that's just that time of year. Otherwise, if you're not a member, please join the Bead Society. We have 12 Monday night events a year for members only, and it's only $35 a year.
Oh, it's
Well worth it.
wonderful.
It is so
Yes, it
much
is.
fun. So you go to umbs.org and you can sign up there. So our Monday night meeting in January, which is January 9th, we didn't want to do it too close to New Year's Day, everybody traveling for the holiday. So it's January 9th, and we have Elfrida Russell, and it'll be sculptural bead embroidery. I don't know if you've seen the Toho Challenge, but Elfrida Russell did that wonderful undersea scape last year as a huge diorama of coral. This year, it was a big starfish and a seahorse and another three-dimensional. So she is all about structural bead embroidery. So that is January 9th is our meeting from 6 o'clock Central Time.
sculptural beading is one of
Yeah.
my favorites and some of the most
So much
beautiful.
fun. So we're gonna start off with Lisa. So why don't we then spotlight you for everyone? And
Lisa,
Hi. So my name is Lisa Krupp Dooley. I have an Etsy shop. It's called Lisa's Bead Designs, and I put a link on the chat section so you can get to it easily. I do have kits for these earrings, and in the kits, the kits include 2 pairs of earrings. So enough materials, supplies, findings to make 2 pairs of earrings. I also carry the beads and whatever in my shop. Also, Bobby Bead, our favorite bead store, has supplies there also. So you can go to either one. And just a quick start before, just a quick mention before we get started. To take these earrings off and on, try not to pull on the beadwork of the earring. What I do is I put my finger on the symbol, Amani symbol, and I kind of pinch the back of my earlobe. And then I remove the rubber part, the earring backing first, and then I remove the earring. So you're not damaging the beadwork part of it. So that's just a quick suggestion on how to remove these earrings. You can also make these with kidney ear wires, and they are reversible, and I will show you that. One moment. Okay, gotta plug this in. Okay, and then turn my camera. There we go. Okay. So you could see with these, I use the kidney ear wire with them. And then they have a backlit finish on the front. And then if you wanted to, you could turn them over, and then they have the silver finish on the back. So that's kind of a second option. And I do not have this in the directions on how to do this. I can post a picture on Facebook afterwards if you want me to. And then to go over the notes, important notes, I always put those on the page. So they are on page 2 of the directions. And first, before we get started, we're going to make sure that all of our holes are passable on the ginkgos, all the 2-hole beads. And then if you're using backlit ginkgos, put some here, you will notice that there's 2 sides of it. So there's the silver, which is the back side, and then there's the backlit. So when we make these earrings, we want to make sure that the backlit side is facing upwards or towards you. And then as you work the pattern, leave the beadwork flat on, or leave the beadwork flat on your bead surface, because otherwise the ginkgos tend to flop around, and that tends to be a problem. So just keep it flat on your work surface. And then the pattern was written in reference to the actual pictures of the beadwork in each figure. So if you position the beadwork differently on your work surface, the directional reference to the bead holes and or the thread path will not be correct. So just keep that in mind. And you want to keep the tension taut throughout this project, okay? And you can use either 1G thread or Fireline. With the 1G thread, I would suggest on doubling the thread. And if you're going to use Fireline, you do not have to double the Fireline. Okay. And
Lisa, I'm sorry, what did you say? The backlit is down or the silver is down?
the silver is down.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you.
Yes, you're
Sorry.
welcome. Yes,
it-
we want to keep them up so they look like this. So you
Right.
can see them in the front of your,
Okay, that's what I want to be sure. Thank you.
you're
Is it-
welcome.
Is it Fireline in the kits or is it 1G?
What was the question, Carla?
Do you have Fireline thread in your kits or do you have 1G?
That's a good question. I have Fireline in my
Okay.
kits.
Excellent. Thanks.
So, yep, and I used an 8-pound Fireline. You could use a 6-pound. I think the beadwork might be a little bit looser, but it's up to you. And then with the 1G, I like to wax it so it becomes like one thread. And I don't know what I just did with my wax, but anyways. Okay. So for this project, I'm going to do the 1G thread. So, and I have attached a stop bead. And I used a 1 yard length of Fireline. I would suggest, and I think that that's more than enough. I think it's actually like 2 feet of thread should be enough. And if you're going to use 1G, then I would cut 4 feet of thread and then double that. So, okay. So I attached my stop bead. And now I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, let's see. So I'm going to just use these ginkgos with the spots on them. I like those. So you are going to start by threading your needle through the, whoops, turn the ginkgo like that. So the point is facing away from you. And you're going to sew up through the right side of the ginkgo. Whoops. Just like that. Is that better? A little bit blurry. Okay. Is that upside? No, that's not upside down. Is that good? And then after that, you are going to string 1 size 11 demi and another ginkgo. And this time you're going to sew up through the left side, but you're going to have the point facing towards you. So I know that's a little bit confusing. So here's this one. This one is going to be like that. And so when you pull the thread taut, they should go together like that. So I have, would it be easier to, I'm going to switch real quick and I'm going to use just a solid color because I think that would be easier to see. So give me just one moment. And we'll get the solid color on there. Okay. So I started off with this ginkgo like that. And I sewed up through there. I did one, do another color of a demi. So there's that. Pick up 1 demi and then you're going to there. Is that easier to see? So the first one, the point is facing away from you. The second one, the point is facing towards you. Okay, there you go. And then you're going to continue by picking up one more. Excuse me for just one moment. Let me do another color. Sometimes colors pick up better on camera than other colors. So we're going to use this color. So we're going to pick up 4 size 11 seed beads. And we're going to sew down through the right side hole of the ginkgo that we just added. So just like that. So step 2, we're going to pick up 1 size 11 seed bead, 1 crystal, 1 demi, 1 seed bead, and a demi. And I'm going to push those down towards the beadwork. And we're going to sew up through, we're going to skip the last 3 beads. So we're going to skip the demi, the size 11 seed bead, and the demi, and we're going to sew up through the crystal. And try to arrange your beads so they form a little pea coat on the end of that crystal. Just like that. Is that good? Am I going too fast? No?
No, you're doing great. We're following along here with you.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so then, okay, now we're on. Sew back through the crystal, okay, then we're gonna sew through the size 11 seed bead. Through that ginkgo. And then back through the 4 11 seed beads. And that's what you have so far. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick up an Amani earring post. And you'll notice that there's 2 holes in there. They look just like a ginkgo. So we're going to go up through this right side of the earring post. Like that. And then you're gonna pick up 4 size 11 seed beads. And you're gonna sew down through the left side hole of the Amani earring post. And pull the thread tight. So now we're over in this side. Okay. So we are on step 4 now. And you're gonna thread 1 11 seed bead and 1 ginkgo. And you're gonna thread it with the point facing towards you. You're gonna thread the needle through the right side of the ginkgo. Like that. And as you can see, this ginkgo and this ginkgo should be facing the same way. Right, this one here and this one. Okay, now you're gonna thread 1 demi. And you're gonna sew through the left side hole of the first ginkgo that we picked up. And again, you can see how they fit together. So. Okay, now we have our thread coming out of the left side hole of the first ginkgo. And the thread is pulled taut. And now we're going to go on to page 3, step 5. And we're going to string 1 of each. The 11 demi, crystal, demi, size 11 seed bead, another demi, another crystal, and another demi. So here, you can either remove this stop bead now and make a couple of knots with the working and the tail thread of your that you started with, or you can just continue on and worry about ending the tail thread when you get done with the earrings. So I'm just going to continue on and not remove that stop bead until the end. So moving that stop bead out of the way, I'm going to sew back up through the right side of the first ginkgo. Like that. And just make sure that that stop bead isn't in the way when you pull the thread taut. And we're going to continue, we're on step 6. And we're going to continue to sew through the demi and the ginkgo on the left side. So that is figure I, if you're following along with the pictures. So up through that demi right there, and then up through this ginkgo. Like that. Make sure your thread is pulled taut. And then you could see right here how there's a little bit of thread. When I pull my tail thread, it will come together. So that happened just because I moved that stop bead out of the way. So continuing on, we are now going to sew through the last 4 11s that we added on the right side. You're going to sew through only the first 11 seed bead. So it should be that one right there. Just the one. Make sure the thread doesn't get caught around any beads. And we're going to pull tight. And so we sewed through that one. Now we're going to sew up through the right side of the Amani earring post. Like that. Sew through the 4 11 seed beads at the top of the Amani earring post. And then you're going to sew down through the left side of the earring post and then through the seed bead over here. So for that, I'm going to be bad and I'm going to pick it up. If you want, you can do that. Because I think that the ginkgo should be in a good place right now. I mean, where they're not going to flip flop around. So. Okay. And now you can see we're coming out of that 11 on the left-hand side, right after the earring post. Good?
Yeah, it's absolutely adorable.
Thank you. So now we're going to pick up 3 11 seed beads.
Oh, I'm ahead. Then I just want to read.
And we're going to sew through the left side hole of the ginkgo, or the open hole of this one over here.
I'm busy laughing over here about, I've got a song stuck in my head. It goes past the ginkgo on the left-hand side.
Isn't that an 80s song?
It totally is. I think you're too young for it, but Rochelle and I understand it.
I understand it. Not to age myself or anything, but okay, so now we are on one moment. Yes. Okay, so we just completed step 7. And so figure K, step 7, figure K, we just finished that. So now we're coming out of the left side hole of the ginkgo. And now we're going to string one of each, which is the 11-0 seed bead, a crystal, one demi, 11-0 seed bead, and a demi. And again, we're going to skip through the last 3 beads. So we're going to skip the 11-0 demi, the seed bead, and the demi. And we're just going to sew up through that crystal. And we're going to form our little picot there. And we are on the second part of step 8. So we sewed back through the crystal, and we're going to sew back through the 11-0 seed bead, the ginkgo. Now you have me with that song in my head. Thanks,
Sorry.
Anna.
Sorry. I just had to share the pain, you know?
And we're going to sew through the 4 seed beads again on the top of that ginkgo. Yes. So I sewed through 3 of them. And I like when I sew through the last seed bead, I tend to like to go through this way of the seed bead rather than down, but it's up to you. You can go either way. And there. So now you can see I went up through that last 11-0 seed bead and up through the Imani earring on the left side. Just like that. And then you're gonna go ahead and you could start securing your thread. So you could sew through, I know it says on step 9, it says to continue to sew through all 4 11-0 seed beads and down through the right side of the earring post, but you can just sew through 2 of these size 11 beads, do an overhand knot. So, you know, start to secure your thread here.
Lisa, I actually went through all of the beads again, and it made it less wobbly.
Okay, that's a good suggestion. Thank you, Jan.
I just sort of,
Did you use 1G thread or did you use Fireline?
whatever you had in there, it was Fireline, but since you only had 11s, it wasn't a problem.
Okay,
I wouldn't have tried that with 15s, but
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I sewed through them again as well, and I'm using NanoFill. But it did secure it more for me too.
yeah, made it less.
And that way I wove in my tail and secured the other direction, you know, too, so.
And holding the post in your hand.
But
Okay.
yeah, holding it in my hand really helped. You know, I could hold the post behind my fingers, so then I stopped catching the post with the thread.
Right, and I guess it's important to keep the beadwork on your mat in the very beginning because the ginkgos tend to, you know, fold in on themselves.
Right.
And it gets a little challenging, but once, you know, you have this right side, you know, the crystal and stuff, then I guess it's okay to pick it up and hold it if it's easier.
You go that way.
Yeah, in the beginning, it might be easier too.
I
And
do
then, so now you can
Single-sided
just,
ginkgos. I wasn't gonna risk the double-sidedness today. Your adventure.
what was that?
I use double-sided ginkgos, so I didn't have like the different size to worry about. Like your double-sided,
Oh,
that's for my second earring, I'll adventure into the double-sidedness.
Okay, yep, and the double-sidedness, like I said in the beginning, you want to make sure that the if you are using the backlit crystals, that they are, be careful when you thread them.
Oh,
So the backlit is facing upwards or towards you. You should always be
see this right here? I
looking
need-
at that pretty backlit side.
See that thread sticking there? I needed.
So
to
that's it.
move
That is the earring. If you wanted to do it, where did that other one go?
You just go through 111 and then there, and then that jumped. When you pull it tight, it went away.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa.
Anyway,
They're
but
much
see this?
easier than
Yeah.
they look.
See that thread?
Oh,
sticking
thank you,
there?
Carla.
Oh,
I missed that bead.
oh, yeah.
Was there a question, Michelle, or?
No, she just missed a bead once, so she sees the thread, and I just said, pull it tighter, and it'll sit next to the bead, and then you'll never notice.
Yeah, yeah, you can.
Also, the directions are really nice. Thank you,
They
Lisa.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, you're welcome.
They're
Thank you.
So nice.
Nicely done.
You can show that one too.
And so, yeah, we'll put in the little camera and show you what we've been making here, because we've been having so much fun. We didn't have the bigger crystals. We used 2x3 crystals.
Okay,
They're the same company, but they're just, wait a minute, let me just get here, add spotlight, there you go. So we did,
oh, pretty.
so it was just smaller, and these are those cool ginkgos I got from Starman, which are multicolored.
Oh, nice.
So we
Yeah.
just, yeah, they worked with the smaller crystal as well. And then I, of course, did the smaller crystal. And I did a pico of the small crystals instead of the seed beads. So I just kind of
Very nice.
same thing, but I just think this is such a sweet little pattern.
It is.
And you do it in bright pink pastel, it looks completely different than
Yeah.
these wonderful earth tones.
Yeah.
And then you've got your sparkle bling. I think it changes the look 100% with just a quick little bead.
Yep, or even the backlit ones.
Exactly. You really like, yeah, can bling it
Yeah,
up.
you can
Never tried a backlit one.
I know.
change them around and
It is just,
Here's,
yeah,
here's
it's
the,
so
ba-
much
here's the
fun.
backlit one. If
Which
I
one?
can find my
Oh,
camera.
wow. That's cool.
See it?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I love that backlit one. And you
Mhm.
could add fringe off of that if you wanted to.
You
could
can
add-
even use pearls, you can use daggers, you can use like a little fringe bead. There's a lot that you
Mhm.
could do with these. You don't have to just use those crystals on the end. So it's kind of a bead stasher project also.
It really, really is. It's just so much fun. And I like the way, you did it. You didn't have a top on that one, and you just used a bead instead. You didn't have.
Oh, the
ear-
reversible one.
The reversible one, yeah.
Yeah, the reversible one, I kind of need to work on a little bit more because it's not as centered. Whoops, my camera switches.
So what about using the symbol that is the same shape, only it has the hook on the top?
Yep, you could do that too.
And
then
what is that?
put
Is
in,
it reversible?
yes. And then you can use your kidney ear wire. So what
Okay.
she is talking about
Do you
is,
have
I
those?
have them right here. One moment, please. I have to find them.
So you wouldn't have to use ginkgos with this.
Oh, yep, they're right here.
On the top?
So,
No, you don't have to. I mean, it goes along with.
so
the
these are
shape,
called
but that's-
the Castro
right.
ginkgos.
Since I have so few ginkgos. it's gonna
And
be-
these are a symbol finding as well. And so these, you can use these and then you can put your kidney wire through that loop on the top. And then they can also be reversible. So if you do not like earring posts, or you want to make them reversible, either one will work. They're the same shape. This one is the post, And then this one is, it's called a bead ending. So usually it, you put it on the end of a bracelet or something, but they work just as well with earrings too. So that was a good idea, Rochelle.
Lisa, do you carry those bead endings?
I do.
Okay.
And they come in all 4 colors. So that's symbol
Because
beads.
it's better for me if I don't have to have a post.
Okay, yeah. So for those of you who are not familiar with symbol beads, they come in 4 metal finishes. And so the first one is 24 karat plated earrings. They have an antique brass. They have a silver, which is an antique silver, but it's more silver in color. It's not that antique. So let me just clear all this stuff out of the way here. So you can see, so there's the 24 karat gold. There is the antique brass. There is the silver. And then they also come in a rose gold, and I'll show you that too. There's the rose gold.
You have those in your inventory.
Yes, I do. Yep.
They packaged.
They come 4 per package.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome.
Ah,
There they are.
Oh, pretty.
So, yep, and all of my symbol beads come in those 4 metal finishes. And as well with Bobby Bead, they carry all 4 metal finishes. So, yeah. And, there's different earring findings as well, or bead endings. They're called bead endings. So you can also do this one. And this is it's called K Leptico. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's for gem duos. But if you want a little smaller earring finding, you can put that in there too. So you can really play with these and make them your own and what works with you and what you like. So, yeah. Any other questions?
Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, this is, whoops, let me unmute.
Thank you.
Why is that not working?
great project.
Thank you. And they're a great stocking stuffer too.
Oh, yeah.
And great little
Oh,
earrings to
good
make for your
idea.
friends, and they're easy. They work up fast for the holiday season. So
Yes,
you don't
sure
have to
do.
spend a lot of time on
They
them.
really do. They're so much fun. I love all your fun little patterns. So you
Thank
have
you.
your bead retreat coming up here in Tucson. Do
We
you still
do.
have openings in your classes for that?
We do, although we kind of closed that now. And so if you're interested in taking a class, or if you're interested in doing some shopping, because Maggie and I will have our kits and some of our supplies and stuff with us, you can always send us a convo through our Etsy shops, because we'll have our phones on us and we'll be checking our Etsy shops. So, or an email, you can send us an email and let us know that you're down there. And we're staying at the Estrella Hotel, which is in the same parking lot as the Casino del Sol. So they're right next door to each other. So if you want to stop by and say hi, just like I said, send us a message. We'll be there. And we're going to be there. I should tell you when we're going to be there. Okay, I have to look at the calendar. One moment. So we are going to be there. Actually, I arrive on Sunday night, which is January 29th. And so we'll be there Monday and Tuesday all day. And then Wednesday, the 1st of February, we'll be leaving sometime, probably around lunch or something. So
It's been so many years since
No,
I've
that
been.
sounds like a really nice little retreat and some warmth and sunshine and bead
Yes.
fun.
yes,
Very
it
exciting.
is. Maggie and I look forward to it. So
Oh, absolutely.
I would.
I would too. Oh my gosh. I prefer.
And if
My
anybody is
friend-
interested in going, so
Thank you
there
for
is
coming,
a
daughter.
lady here who is one of my friends. Her name is Marlene Morris, and she is going. Actually, we're going on the plane together on Sunday, and she is looking for a roommate. And I believe that she'll be down there until Thursday. So if any of you are interested and don't mind sharing a room with a wonderful person, she's very nice and friendly, and go ahead and, like I said, you can either message me and I can give you her information. I think she has also been posting on Facebook that she's looking for a roommate if you wanted to go. So,
So that would be so much fun. A way to do it cheaper. Absolutely.
yes.
Twins there when they were 3
Mhm.
and Nick went and hid behind.
And you don't have to worry about
Well,
getting a car either because Maggie has her vehicle.
he was
So
cute.
Maggie will be our
He's
tour
just like
guide
me.
and
Oh,
driving
there
us
you
all
go.
around.
I love it. Yep, Maggie is watching on Facebook and she says hi. Looking good, Lisa. Dale
Thank you.
Foster is also watching on Facebook, and Diane Reese. Hi, how are y'all?
Hi, everybody.
We're so excited. And if you're also watching on Facebook, pop us a note so we can say hi to you too. We're so excited that you could join us either through Zoom or through Facebook. We do this one Saturday a month, and we can Zoom up to 100 people. So tell your friends, it's so much fun.
And bring your fur babies. We like to
Bring
see
your
them
fur
too.
babies,
Yes.
exactly. And so I'm not sure who else is watching out there with a fur baby picture, but you're welcome. I know
Well, Joanne has Amber and
Joanne has
Hannah.
Amber watching with us, and
I forgot Hannah's dog's name. She has 2, I think.
two. One is Bunny, and one Bunny, as in a bunny with big ears. Yep. And the other one, I think, is Chewy.
Oh,
Right.
Chewy.
Those are good dogs.
And then the goats, I'm not sure what the goats' names are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's 4
Cafe
goats.
and
There's
Latte or something.
Mocha and Latte are the girls, and then Sancho and Obi are the boys.
I love that.
That is
So-
so cool. That is so cool. And so any other questions for Lisa? I'm working with the symbols findings or this pattern. This is just so much fun. We've had a great time
I just
over
need to
here.
bring that through and tie it off.
Good.
And we're doing all different colors. So I just think the more color, the better with this, why not?
Yes. And you can even try to, I don't know if you want to use, well, mix and match if you want.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And I want to do some with fringe and all kinds
Oh,
of, it's
I like
just-
the fringe idea.
but I like how they fit together nestily and set the top off so well.
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing the different combos that people come up with.
So
Be
yeah,
fun.
post your pictures of your finished one in the comments on the Facebook page. That way we can all see the pictures of your colorways.
Or if you use different symbols, you can do that
Exactly.
too.
Yeah.
So,
How did you get that?
Just give us a show and tell is kind of what we like, right?
yes.
Super. Thank you so much. I did want to, we have just a few minutes in between classes. So if you want, I was gonna show you, I don't know how many people went to Barbara Ellis's this was our last one last month. Our trunk show we had, and so I got mine from Barbara Ellis in the mail. And I just
Oh,
wanted to show you
nice.
the raccoon pieces that I got. So it's a 3-dimensional heart with a 3-dimensional dragonfly on it. It's just so
Oh.
cute.
That
So
is
I'm
right
gonna-
up your alley.
I am so looking forward to bead embroidery. And then this is the fun mermaid. And so my girlfriend in Florida is a mermaid, so I'm gonna bead embroidery her a fun thing. And so that was last month. That was the Barbara Ellis Beaded Treasures. So we do have a few events like that. In February, Amy Katz will be having a trunk show with hers. So we, want to do all sorts of ways. So if you're not local at Bobby Beater, you're not local where our designers are, you could then you know, we could do these online shows. And so I really thank you to everybody that participated in our online auction that we had. We just finished, and Hannah Rosner did such great work getting it all organized and getting all the stuff shipped out. I shipped the last stuff out the other day. So hopefully, all of you guys will then share what you made on our Facebook page, because that's the whole point of having a bead group, is to share what you did with everybody else so they can ooh and ah and give you
So is there
feedback.
gonna be another auction?
We plan on it because we have a bunch of books left that we didn't have time and able to get onto the auction itself. And then we still have some bead kits left. So I do believe that the response was so good that we'll do it once or twice a year. Absolutely.
That'd be great. Yes, because I have some more stuff to donate too, so.
Right.
Oh,
And
thank you.
everybody else kept saying as well that the feedback was great. So I think that in order to keep our programming as fabulous as we have it, we just need to keep raising some money. You know, we'll work for beads is pretty much the motto.
Yes,
And so donate beads, and then we sell the beads, and then we can pay teachers to teach us more things of what to do with these beads. So
Speaking of programming, if anybody has a great idea and wants to teach for Saturday Bead Live next year, we do have loads of openings, so you can contact either Rochelle or myself. And the other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to tease you a little bit with the speakers that we have so far for next year. If is that okay to do, Rochelle? Shall we?
absolutely, yeah, I mentioned Elfrida, but I really want to make sure that everybody, there we go, spotlight for everybody is what I was trying to do here. There we go.
Great. So anyway, yes, Elfrida, you don't happen to have that piece there, do you, of Elfrida's? Is it still packed up?
Well, I have its amazing box in its box.
It has a photo on it though, doesn't it?
But here, let me add my spotlight. It's got a picture on the front.
Oh.
So
Ooh,
see,
I
this
love that.
is the amazing sculpture
It's gorgeous.
of the piece. It's a seahorse and a starfish.
I'm really
And
glad
it's
she
in
put
this
that photo on
giant box. So that's the little picture of it.
Right,
it's
and it's
amazing in
gigantic.
person.
It
It's
is so amazing.
yes.
It's three-dimensional. It's absolutely, we are gonna have our Toho Challenge feature designer live show next Thursday, the 15th at 6 p.m. Central. So you will be able to see all these in person. You'll be able to hear from Elfrida Russell in her own words about it, as well as we have German designers and Japanese designers talking about their challenge experience. So that's next Thursday on the Team Toho Facebook page. Because this is
So it'll be live on Team Toho, right? And then you're also going to show us the new colors, right?
we are gonna show you the new colors for the Toho Challenge 2023. Oh my gosh, it's so far
Yay.
away. I can't show you a closer
Don't tell us
picture.
yet.
It's a
Oh, I'm glad to see-
teaser.
Oh,
And
they're so
so we're so
pretty. Wait till
excited.
you see.
And so that's Thursday, December 15th, 6 p.m. Central Time on the Team Toho Facebook page. It's a Toho Challenge Live. So,
Right.
Oh, and
And one other thing, Rochelle, can you please, do you have a date yet on when the new rebeads are coming out?
they are coming out. Well, in the Toho Challenge kit, there is a color of the new brown recycled glass beads. But yeah, Starman will have them in stock. We're hoping like early January, early February, somewhere right in there. to have them normally in all the different finishes, and they'll be hopefully the brown glass and the green glass.
Very
pretty.
nice.
So then in February, February 6th, Mary Carg will be talking to us on the February 6th meeting. Mary Carg will be talking to us about pencil on copper and doing a little demo and talking about her book and her work. So I'm going to try to get her to do a trunk show too. We'll see if I can do that. And then, of course, on the 18th for our Saturday Beading Live, we're going to have something. And then Amy Katz is going to do a trunk show of her kits. Amy was one of our featured speakers this past year. Do you remember what month that was?
I think that's February is Amy Katz.
No. She talked about her stuff this past summer.
Oh,
though,
she
didn't
did. It was the September class, I think.
Right. So then on Monday, March 6th, Ann Mitchell, my friend Ann Mitchell will be talking. She has taught for years and years at Bead and Button, and she's going to be talking about some metal smithing. She started as a lighting designer and on Broadway actually, and has a master's degree. So she and I have a very similar background. And she started doing beadwork, and then she started doing metal smithing. So she'll come and talk, and she's fascinating. So, and smart and funny. And so I'm looking forward to that one very much. And then in April, I'm going to be talking about tambour bead embroidery. And in the future, we'll hopefully be able to get a class together for that, but that's going to be an in-person class only, probably this summer. In May, we don't know yet. We're still working on May, but then in June, my friend Lewis Wilson will come talk to us on Monday the 5th. Now, Lewis is a lamp worker, and he's considered one of the greats in the lamp working business. He has 50 years of experience lamp working.
Wow.
So as he puts it, he has 50 years of experience squishing glass. And he is fascinating and wonderful and sweet and funny. And so I hope you enjoy him as much as I do. He will be starting by doing a curved borosilicate bead in the flame. And then he's got a home gallery that he's going to show to us. And so that's what we've got so far. Once again, if you guys have any ideas on who you'd like to see, please let Rochelle and I know, and especially if you've got ideas for projects for our Saturday Bead Live. We really, really are looking forward to hearing from you. Okay. I think that's all I've got so far.
Yep, that's all we got so far, but we're booking them in and we're working on this whole wonderful platform for you. So,
Right.
but for the rest of today, now we have dragonflies. Oh my, I'm so
Right.
excited.
Right, and we'll be starting that. I think we have a few people who are planning on joining right at that. So I'm going to turn off my camera for right now, except for my this camera. Hi guys, bye guys, and then
Which
turn
other
on.
Camera am I gonna spotlight?
I will
The-
turn it on so that you can see. It's the one with the beads held out. So there we go. I've started that video, and I'm going to turn off this camera.
There we go. So then we will do that
There we
one.
go. Right. So we'll
Perfect.
start that in just a few moments.
I'm so darn excited. So everybody get your beads for the dragonfly. So if you're finishing up your other one, I understand, but you know, you could finish that later. Just teasing everybody. Who's sitting at my table here.
I believe I'm sharing, am I sharing screen for everybody there?
You are, we see your pattern.
Okay, good. So that's the list of beads you need. So let's do that for right now.
Because I just stole it.
For anybody who still has to put together their beads.
That's mine.
Oh, here.
Oh, All right, I'll give you that one. Thank you. I just didn't know what I needed. Oh, I still don't know what I needed.
Let's give it another minute or two for, I know a couple people are planning on joining in.
Yep, everyone's getting their supplies together. We got demi rounds, you got 8-0 rounds, yeah, 8-0 demi rounds, 8-0 regular rounds, 11-0 regular rounds,
Now we're good.
2 whole daggers, 4mm something, he says recommends rounds. It's got,
Oh,
what
you
he's
got
got here, 2
both?
whole daggers.
Not mine too? No, I gave, oh. Yeah, because it's.
And of
mine was-
course, I want to add a little head right there, a little face, so.
Oh, head's always good.
I know, so do you think I'm crazy, Hannah, to put a lentil right there at the split?
I'm sorry, what?
Right here at the split of the beads, underneath where the top, give the ear wire, you got a round, maybe an 11, and then they split.
Uh-huh.
So what about
Oh, that
putting
would be
a
fun.
lentil right
Oh, that'd
there?
be really fun.
And it'll kind of look more like his big face.
That'll be really fun. Yes.
So
8 rounds. I wonder where the-
Elizabeth made some really crazy alien dragonflies and she used a lentil as the face. So this is Elizabeth Simons that I'm channeling right now when
I love it. How
Uh,
cute is that?
I know. So we've got some lentils. They were in the bucket with my daggers. So I was just like, maybe it was meant to be.
I think so. I think so. Absolutely. So what you need for my pattern before you go playing with it and making it your own is for my pattern, you need some demi rounds, just a couple. And you don't really even need a full gram of each of these. That's the nice thing. Talk about sort of little leftovers from other projects. So you need size 8s, size 11s, 2 whole daggers, 4mm rounds. It doesn't matter what size rounds they are actually. Most sizes will work. I wouldn't go huge though. Beading thread, I recommend Fireline, otherwise these do get a little bit floppy, and beading needles. So it's not really a big list of what you need. And once you get that all together, now if you've got a kit from me, I've got the size 11s and the size 8s in the same bag, and I've got the demi rounds and the daggers in the same bag. So if you're looking for everything out of my kit, now I have a feeling my friend Bernie wanted to join this. So Bernie, if you are on Facebook watching this, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna step away from just a second and send her a link. So Bernie, are you on Facebook with us? Okay, give me just a second and I'm gonna just send her a link real quick. And then I'll be right back.
We got Deborah on Facebook.
Deborah Stats. Hi, Deborah.
Yep. Not sure who else is on Facebook. Say hi to us if you're on Facebook and then we will know you're there. We're glad you're beading with us. And there's Karen. Let's admit Karen. Did somebody just admit her? I love dragonflies. They're such magical creatures.
They are. Oh, cool. Thread it on a needle. I cut ends together. Oh, cool.
Yep, she says to double your thread.
She did. She's a double yard.
Yeah. Double the yard. That's why I
did it.
wait, cut 1 yard of thread
Yeah.
and then double it. So no,
Okay.
you don't need 2 yards.
I don't need 2 yards. I realized that as I said it, I was like, no, that's a lot.
Read the directions,
Yeah,
Rochelle.
It's been years since I doubled thread.
You know, I always get scared because then.
That's
you
why
make
I
a
always
mistake,
wax
I-
it because that does it for you.
Right.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, no, I quit doubling
there
a
we
long
go.
time ago. But if you use Fireline, you shouldn't have to double, right?
Correct.
It's
because I
heavier.
think it's for the,
It's because there's a little bit of sharpness on the daggers as
Okay.
well.
Oh,
It's
okay.
hard to get them all fully polished.
Okay.
So even the ginkgo, any 2-hole bead that there's a lot of space to, it's just hard for it all to get tumbled. So that's why the thicker line or a little bit of wax helps protect, strengthen.
Good at you too.
And so that's why I just use my lip balm.
Yep.
Here, yeah, I got some wax here if you, or that.
That's what
Good.
I can. I got
There
my
you go.
Burt's Bees lip balm.
Lip balm.
I love my Burt's Bees
I'm
lip balm.
making
It's my
something.
favorite
What
wax.
you saying?
Do you have 4mm objects like
No.
pearls?
No, that's what I'm missing.
Yep.
Um,
She recommends, I mean, in the picture, there's all these pearls. So I have 2 different colors on my tray.
Well, I don't have any on my tray, but
Well,
I have,
and
would you say
pearls.
that's a
but I
4?
have a whole lot of other
That is
stuff. on
4.
Okay, thank you. We're good. I'm gonna use that.
Everybody got their supplies.
I'm
That's
just
the
gonna keep
fun. I
using
can't
what's
wait
on-
to see what you guys are
Yeah.
using.
I'm just gonna keep using what's
In
on.
terms of the 4mm, I don't think I'd go as big as 6, but you could use 3. You could use fire polish. Any of those would work just fine. So,
Um,
so are we ready? I think we're ready to rock. So the first thing that I do is I pick up, you want to thread your thread and I want it to be, I like it to be doubled, even if it's Fireline or not Fireline. Yeah, Fireline. I like it to be doubled because the stiffer these are, the better off you are. And I don't like using the floor polish method that a lot of people will go ahead and add to their earrings to make them a little bit stronger. I don't do that. So what I will do though is I will burn the knot a little bit. If you guys if you guys have one of those thread zappers, that's going to be your best bet. But I like it to be real small and real against. And you could also use a little bit of nail polish. You could use some, whatever to glue your knot. Now, the problem with gluing the knot is we're going to end up with that knot inside of a bead. So what will happen is if it's glued and you put it in there while it is still wet, then you won't be able to go through it again. So that becomes real problematic. So I also offset it a little bit. And you're going to see I'm going to make a little knot around one of my demis. So I'm going to go through this bedemi. And I learned this trick from Rochelle, actually, to use the demi to attach it to the ear wire instead of just going directly. You'll see that I do that. So I've just done, you can see that little knot there, can't you?
An 8.
Right?
An 8 or a 6.
Okay.
Yep.
These are what I'm using.
and she's using a stop bead.
Correct.
What I'm doing is I've just gone and I've
It's loose because it's knotted.
right. So I knotted the two together. Let me undo that real quick for you so you can see it again and do it again a little slower.
Done, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to know what that is.
So what I've done is I've just gone
This is top
through
get cut off.
the
No, you use it
the
for
demi and then through the
wire.
loop. So I go through the demi here and then through that loop, and that'll just knot it right on. There it is.
That's sweet.
Okay. And you can see the little knot right there. That's going to end up inside of a bead. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add
Because there's your knot. So just loop the bead.
my size
True.
This is
Okay.
why I'd
Using a
probably
demi
not
ring,
use,
Correct.
I would
Oh,
probably
okay.
not use
Sorry. Thank
a pearl because they've got real small holes and you won't be able to seat that real well inside there. You want in the long run that to be able to seat. Now, if your holes are too small, like this guy is, you could go ahead and seat it inside of size 8 first, but you want that to go ahead and seat that, not to go ahead and seat
you.
inside
Here, right?
and get hidden.
How you loop your
Okay,
ends.
gotcha.
So I'm going to move it around so that it's hidden in there. And once again, you could use a little bit of glue or you could use some, I've flame melted this knot together so it's not going to come apart. So it's not, this knot is not going to come apart. All right, that's my joke for today. There it is. So you can't really see the knot now. There you go. Now, this piece is done in 2 separate, let me give you a little overview on this. This is done in 2 separate batches. First, I'm going to do one of the loops, and then I'm going to do the other of the loops. And I usually do the inside one first and then the outside. So this area right in here is where you can lengthen and shorten it. As written, it's got the 3, I believe. But if you wanted it to be a little shorter, right here is where you'd lengthen or shorten. So you could do it without the demi round, you could do it without this bottom section, you could shorten these to just 1 or to a 2-hole bead. But I'm going to just do it the way it's shown in the diagram. So let me bring that first diagram up here on the screen share and we'll look at it together. Okay. If I could figure out why it won't let me pull down. There we go. So this is my demi round, and this area here I could shorten or lengthen if I wanted it longer or shorter, and this area here I could shorten or lengthen if I wanted it longer, and this area here also. But once you get in here, you don't want to mess with it. Now, the thing about the 2-hole beads is that I believe I heard Rochelle saying something about them being a little bit sharp sometimes. That is one of the reasons, one of the 2 reasons that I go ahead and use the fire line. Speaking of fire line, my fire line has been gifted to me. I'm using a 4-pound here, but a 6-pound would work also. I've been gifted this by Karen, who asked how I felt about this new stuff, and it seems to work just fine for me. So thank you very much, Karen. And what you do want to do, I'm going to stop share for a second again. I know we're going back and forth here, but what you do want to do is you do want to check the holes always on these, because sometimes they'll get a little bit with stuff stuck in there, or they won't be all the way through because of the finish. So check all of the holes on yours before you start, because you don't want to get all the way through to the second set of holes and realize that the one that you need to go into is blocked. So I've already done that on those, but it's really important on most of the 2-hole beads to double check them before you go ahead and do it. So once again, I've gone ahead and I'm going to seat that it's not going in there right now, but as soon as I tighten it up, it will. I'm going to seat that knot inside a bead. And then I've got my size 4mm. This could be bigger here or something else, a demi and a size 8. And I'm going to do 3. Size 11s. If you want it to be longer, you could do 5, you could do whatever here. But once you've done it, you want to make sure that it's the same on the other side of the earring. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and do a size 8, a demi, a 4 millimeter round. Once you get into here, this, you don't want these to be much bigger. You could have this one be like, this could be a 10 millimeter, this could be whatever, this could be a 10 millimeter, but these guys work best as 4 or 3 millimeter rounds if you are wanting to change them. These are such easy earrings that it's fun to be able to make your own. So I'm doing the inside first. So I'm going to do the top hole. I'm going to call, as you're looking at it, I'm going to call this the top hole and this the bottom hole. There we go. So I'm doing the top hole and another top hole. And I'm going to do a 4 and a demi and an 8. And another demi and a 4. I can't even see. There it is. I got my 2-hole daggers from Karen also. I didn't have any in stock, so I asked her if she had any. There we go. And now I just want to follow exactly the same thing on this side. So if you've made it bigger or smaller or different, you just want to make sure, but I'm just following the pattern. So a 4, a demi, an 8, and 3, there we go. And then I'm going to go through this top section. I'm going to go through the 8, through the demi. The reason I added an 8 to that was because these 4 mils are a little bit small and the knot was really not seating in there. There it is. Okay, so there's my first loop. Already looks like a dragonfly, but it's a little floppy. So we're going to use that second loop to make it a little bit stronger. I'm going to go through all of the beads again that are in the center. There they are. I'm going to go down one side. I'm going to go down these 3. So I'm just moving the needle. I'm going down these 3 size 11s and through the size 8. There it is. I'm going to add a demi, another round. There it is. And now I'm going through the bottom hole. There it is. Now, if you want yours to be a little closer together, then you could go through all of them, both of your daggers at the same time, but I like them to stand out a little bit. So I've added a little size 8 in the middle here. There it is. Okay. All right, I'm ready to do the bottom section. So it's this section here that I'm doing next. Now this could be something that you do fancy if you want. This particular dagger does not have to be a 2-hole dagger. So if you have a very small amount of the 2-hole daggers and you want to save them for these top wings, this one could be, it could be a drop, it could be a 1-hole dagger, it could be anything you want. But since I have 2-hole daggers, that's what I'm going to show you. Okay. So I love the fact that this one is an easy to do as the pattern, but it's also easy to change for your own design. So what I've added is I've added a size 4 millimeter, a demi, and these demis are size 8, not demis. They probably would work probably a size 6-2 or even 11s, but this is what I had. And I do like the 8s because right up here, they fit nicely on my your wires. The size 11s would probably be too small to fit on those. How's everybody doing so far? Am I going too fast or are you okay?
Doing good.
Okay, just making sure. So 2, I've added a size 4, I've added a demi, I've added a size 8 knot. I'm going to add 2 size 11s. And now it's up to you to design something down here. I'm just going to go with what I've already designed, which is a size 8 knot, a demi, and a size 4 millimeter. That's up to you at this point. Think about happy little trees and designing your own thing here, because this part does not matter. It can be whatever you want. But now I'm going to go ahead and put this piece on. So I'm going to add 3 size 11 seed beads. There they are. I'm going to go through the top hole. There we go. Now, if I don't have a second hole, then I could just come, whoops, sorry about that, guys. I could just come right back up and complete that. But I want to fill in these bottom holes. There. So I'm going to add a size 8 knot, a 11, and another 8. I'm going to go through. This just adds a little picot on each side and a little bit of extra color, which I like. An 8, an 11, and an 8, and go back through. And now I'm at the top hole. And give that a little tug to make sure it's nice and tight. This whole thing works best, and you can see how floppy these are right now. This whole thing works best if it is tight. And once again, I like Fireline with it. Hey, Karen, did you get your kit? Did it come in the mail in time?
Yes, I did. I'm working with it right now. I'm so excited
Super
because
duper.
my favorite colors.
Oh, I love you. So I'm going to add, now I'm going to add the other side here. And just for the looks, I like to just add the 2 and then go through that third one just to seat it. But you could add 3 and go just directly into the size 4 instead. So I've added 2 and I'm going to go into that third one, and you'll see it just seats it nicely below the fringe. So I've added 2 size 11s and I've gone through the third one, and it just seats it nicely below there. So I'm going to go all the way up through the side, the 4 millimeter, through the size, the demi, through the 8. Once again, this 4 could be anything. It could be anything. It could be 8 millimeter. It could be 10. It would probably get a little heavy to be an earring, but you know, whatever you want here and whatever you want at the top here. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to follow what I've done on that other side. I've added 2 and 1 and 1 and 1. So 2 size 11s. 1 demi round. And a 4 millimeter. Oh, I forgot my 8, didn't I? Okay. So 2 size 11s. Let's try that again. An 8, size 8. There it is. A demi round is size 8 and then a 4 millimeter. I'm going to go through the bottom hole. There it is. Yay. Look at that. An 8. So on this side, whatever you did on this side, you want to mirror it so that it's the same. A 4, a demi round, and then I want to go in. And now what you want to do is you just want to follow that thread path as much as you can to make it as nice and tight as you can. And as stiff as you can. That'll also help you to go ahead and to tie off your thread. But that's it. That's all there is to that. There it is. Simple,
I know.
simple, simple earring.
You just bead faster than we do, so we're still working on that fun little tail thing going down here. We're doing it.
Well, I'm gonna do another one then. How
Super.
about that?
No,
Because-
continue, keep going. Yep.
So I'm gonna just keep on going with this. I'm just tying it through. I'm going through. The important thing is, you know, you don't want to, I like going on the outer edge, the outer circle. When you tie off your thread and you keep on beating your thread, your outer circle is the more important one. So there it is. So I'm just going around that. There it is. So I'm just going around it and around it and around it until I pretty much run out of thread. I started with 4 feet of thread, which I doubled. So I was basically working with 2 feet of thread. I especially like to be able to go through all of these daggers again, because as Rochelle mentioned, they sometimes are a little bit sharp inside those holes. It's hard to go ahead and get the holes nice and rounded. Here's something that is important about double thread. I don't know if you can see that, but my double thread is now uneven. Let's see if I can get that. And I've got a little loop. So you want to make sure that you pull that. There it is, so that it disappears. Because once you get up here and tie it off, if you've got a loop and you notice it later, it's a pain in the neck to hide it. There we go. Now there's 2 things I want to show you, but I'm going to have to step away from the camera for just a second because I've gone ahead and forgotten my tools. So as soon as I get up here, I'm going to go ahead and step away for just a minute and grab a tool. Now I usually like to use short needles, except for when I'm doing fringe. And I find short needles actually work pretty nicely for this project, but it's all about what you prefer. Here, I've got another loop that's gotten around the dagger. Can you see it there? And I'm just going to go ahead and take care of that right now. There it is. So it's real important that you don't get into the daggers. Let's say I've gotten here and it's a little tight. There it is. So it's gotten a little tight there. So instead of pulling it, a lot of times, if I pull it, then I can break a bead. So I'm going to actually be grabbing this with pliers and pulling it straight out. So I still can do it with this one, but we're going to pretend I can't. I'll be right back. I'm also going to need these pliers to go ahead and add this to the ear wire. There we go, just like that. I just pull it straight out. There it is. You want to go around and around as much as you can until it gets tight or you run out of thread. All right, and you're going to cut it off. Don't use your good shears to cut it. If you're I've got a set of, there we go. And that's it. So in order to go ahead and add that to the ear wire, you want to open this sideways. There it is. Slip it right on. The size 8s are perfect for that. And I'll probably go in with a little bit of glue now and clean up that knot. Oops, that's out of the frame. And then just make it really look much neater. So there it is. How's everybody feeling about that?
Oh my God, these are so cute because you can like okay, you don't like what earrings you have and you've got an outfit and you're getting ready to go somewhere or even go on Zoom and you want something adorable. These are fantastic, Anna.
I know, and they're really, really easy to make and real quick. You need basically,
quick.
Once
Yeah,
you get it, the first one always takes the longest, but once you get it, it's going to be a half-hour project.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, and it
So that's
uses
it.
up so many scraps of like whatever
There you
you
go.
got laying around. to get-
Well, again, this one does not have to match. This section up here could be something else. This one down here, this one could be a single drop. It could be a drop, it could be a claw, it could be a thorn, it could be a one-hole dagger. It doesn't have to be a
or a
two-hole. I do
flower.
like these as two-hole daggers because
Oh,
with
yeah.
one hole, it gets a little floppy.
That makes total sense. It laid much nicer when I finished the second and put the 8 in between there and yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so.
Did you put eyeballs on right away?
I haven't put eyeballs on yet, but the 2 colors in the 8s I did a little bit bright, so it's a silver line. Kind of looks like eyeballs.
There it is.
We're having fun. I think this has just been so much fun. I can just imagine them hanging all over my kitchen.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're very cute and
I think
lightweight.
they make cute little ornaments too. They could, if you did
Yeah.
them in transparent AB, you could hang it from the window and they might make a little rainbow in your house.
Oh, what an adorable necklace it could make too.
Oh,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just a little drop there.
No, like even like, a strand of them,
Oh,
With-
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Just like this, just like
Yeah.
one after the other.
right? Well,
Absolutely.
like that or just like,
Or
in-
just like this next to each other.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or
Yeah,
hang
yeah.
them after together.
just like this.
Love, love, love it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And I love how they're lightweight too, for a,
Yeah,
a
they're-
dangle earring.
Yeah, they're pretty big, but they're very lightweight, which is something I really like about them.
Mhm.
So, absolutely.
After you start coming back down,
So that's my
Yeah.
project.
but.
One of the things that we
I gotta
wanted to do,
duplicate that,
and
right? So
one of the
I got it
reasons
from there.
that we were excited
Right,
about
after the
Lisa doing a
11,
pair
I
of
split
earrings.
After the 8.
Okay,
But I was
okay.
trying to see what it did look, they shared the.
I
8.
know, that's what I see too. See, got it.
One of the things we wanted to do with Lisa teaching and with me teaching earrings was things that were perfect for gift giving. We didn't want a big involved project, just these wonderful projects that looked more complicated than they are. That's one of the reasons that I was really excited about Lisa's earrings, is that they look complicated, but once she breaks them down, they're beautifully simple and wonderful and sweet. And that's, I
Thank you,
think, one of
Hannah.
the things, oh, sure. And that's one of the things about these dragonflies too, is I don't think these look as complicated, but they're easy and they're great for, I think both of the projects are great for gift giving. And that's one of the
Mhm.
things that Rochelle and I were talking about as the theme for both the December meeting, when we had Kim teaching a pendant, and also these. So,
Yeah, because we're getting up to the holiday. You need to be able to finish a few things, in the next
Right.
week or so to get them shipped off, right?
absolutely, absolutely. So,
And it's nice when you want
on
to
my
be,
board
but
like
you don't
that.
want to be involved in a big beading project. You can make just, some fast and easy, cute, adorable earrings and
I finished mine. I finished.
good,
Yeah.
good.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait a
I'm
minute.
gonna-
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
spotlight you. Spotlight, yay.
Oh, wow, look at those colors.
oh,
Those
very
are really-
nice.
Are those the
love it.
crinkle finish? Are those like the crinkle finish ones, Janet?
Yeah.
Oh,
What did
I
they
love
call? They call
those.
them etched, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, they're pretty.
So, and it's all the same dagger, but when you move it, even it has different colors to it.
Right,
I
it looks
love your
like
colors,
dichroic.
Jan.
Those are gorgeous.
I
I
love
think I
them.
bought, I either bought them from Doris or I bought them in the Czech Republic. Looks like I bought them from Doris, but they're from the Czech Republic.
Right. When did you go?
I don't know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Mhm. And did you guys start out by touring Prague first?
Yes, yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, that was so
Pro-
much fun. Carla and I went on it. Carla,
Uh.
I think Carla is still on, maybe. Yeah,
Oh,
Carla Larson and I were there, and I'm trying to think who else was there. Doris? Of
Well,
course.
she runs them, right?
Yeah, and I actually went with Doris. She was thinking about doing a Germany trip, so we flew into Prague and then drove down to Munich and spent a week in the Munich area, and then
Oh,
and then
fun.
back up to Prague, and we had so much fun. We saw so much.
So,
But yeah, there's a city that's south of Munich, that the Germans that lived in Czechoslovakia were not popular after the war, after World War II.
imagine.
Sure.
So they voluntarily or not moved to a town south of Germany and kind of put together a beading, jewelry making, silversmithing, whatever kind of a group there.
Mhm.
So we toured that area as well. So that
Oh, neat.
it was really fun.
Well, my two favorite cities in the world that I've ever been to were Prague and Kyoto.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if given half of a chance, I would go back to either of them. But those are out of all the cities I've been to.
Did you do two Demis?
Well,
And
and the other thing that I did, we did another Bead Ventures trip, the one where we went to the Czech
yeah, but I
Republic, or
accidentally
to
went
St.
through
Petersburg.
it when I
Uh-huh.
was closer. So
I
that
know.
side looks right.
And
not
I
wrong.
thank God I did it when I did, because when will you ever get back into Russia?
exactly right. Yeah, I've actually never been to Russia, and it is one of the places that I would have loved to have been at
Mhm.
some point. But yeah, but not now.
Not
No,
now, either.
so
I
I'm
know.
just feel very lucky I did it when I did.
Absolutely.
No.
So, all
So
right.
what else has who else has got theirs ready to show?
I'm gonna show ours here. Let's see. Add spotlight. There we go. Oh, I gotta change camera. Sorry. I get there.
Mhm.
There we go. Change cameras. All right, so this is the one that I did, and it's got the transparent green
Oh, wow.
and like this kind of reddish cranberry, and then Shelley did this cool green and orange one.
Orange?
Yeah, these pearls are orange. That's orange, Shelley.
You know, on the camera, they look a little pinky, and these kind of look a little bit like mistletoe to me too. I mean, I know mistletoe has white flowers, but there's something about it that looks real Christmassy to me. Maybe
Right,
I'm just in
yeah,
the
and it's a
mood.
very, very pale gold pearl next to, actually, it's called Xmas red.
Oh,
and
you
this
have
is
two different colored pearls in there. I see.
correct. Yeah, the first inner circle's the red, the outer circle's the gold. This
Uh-huh.
is the little what do you call it, lentil at the top. I just did the split, and it was this like podparacha color, just to bring that pink in there. And
Oh, I love it.
then Shelley did this one. So she has two open holes on the quadrilental, so she could still make some little antenna up here or something if she wanted
Oh
to.
my God, how cute. Yes.
And so, yeah, she did a little bit more fun on the bottom with some eighths and some demis. I did
Uh-huh.
mine just really streamlined and with just gold and green to go down to the second hole. So every one I do, I think is going to be different. Yeah,
Yep.
it's so much fun. And then Beth here has hers that she is still working on, but she's using very earthy tones. They're like brown Picasso with green.
Yeah.
Oh, how pretty. Yeah, and they all look just,
I can't wait to see what other colors. Okay, is there anybody else who has finished? Let's see, let's
it looks
add.
like Karen is
There you
holding one
go.
up.
Oh, pretty.
Now,
That's
these
some
are-
creamy
this is the
colors.
This is that silver and green kit that Hannah had. It's so good.
Yeah, that's a nice color collection.
Mhm.
I-
And it's one of my favorite daggers.
And she let me take them from her.
I love.
Now that I have the idea.
See, now that you have the idea, exactly, I want to do a whole bunch of them, right? And hang them all over my kitchen. Is there anybody else that finished theirs? Joanne, did you finish? I know you're sitting there.
No, because somebody ended up in my lap, so I will.
Oh.
What, your husband? Tell him to
Yeah,
get out.
right. Mhm. No, I've got mischief maker and I couldn't put her down, so.
Oh, I love it.
I'll
She wants
finish
the
it
camera
after.
turned on so we can see her again.
Yes, because she's too cute.
Let's see. Where are you, Joanne?
There
There
she
she
is.
is.
There she is.
Hey, Amber.
So let's
Oh,
add a spotlight.
Leave
there.
that in your mouth.
Look at her
That was the
eyelashes.
I know.
Gotta see her eyelashes.
I tell you, look at them long eyelashes.
Wow, what a
I
big.
know, right? She's like, what is
Yes.
everybody
Oh,
looking at?
such a
Look at her.
pretty girl.
Look at that look on her face. Like, what's everybody looking at?
That's my
she's so
girl.
cute.
Okay, I have
She
an
climbed
idea.
in my lap, so I couldn't get it finished.
I know, right? That's it.
Right.
It's all over for the day.
It's
Correct.
all right. It's okay.
It'll get finished today.
Maybe she wants to learn how to bead too.
Oh,
right.
that would be good.
Yeah.
I think it would
She-
be fun.
I mean, she pays her rent by one way. Maybe she needs to pay her rent by another one.
Well, my dogs don't pay their rent at all.
That's okay.
Well, she's got a new shirt that says, I still live with my parents.
Oh, I love that.
If I could get them big enough for yours, I would, Hannah. I
Well,
sent
you
one
know,
to Pam.
I actually, when I got that in newborn size when Sadie, my niece was born. So, you know, when she was like, you know, what, 3 months old or something,
Right.
I gave it to my brother and he thought it was real funny, but his wife didn't. So there you go. It went out in the trash, apparently. She
Yeah.
really didn't have much of a sense of humor
Oh,
about
your
anything.
sister-in-law, yeah.
No, my ex sister-in-law
aunt?
as of yesterday.
Wow.
Yes. I'm so happy for my
Congratulations.
brother. Yeah, I'm so happy for my brother. I really am. So,
Good, I'm glad.
yeah. Yeah. So. But anyway.
Mine was one G.
Yeah,
I
I
just
did
totally
mine
stopped the
one
conversation there.
here.
Sorry about that, guys.
What am I doing? Why is this?
Yeah,
so-
the 1G worked, but I had to go around again,
Yeah, I do. too.
Right, yeah, it,
which is
You know,
not a
the-
big deal, but I was using transparent beads, so that's why I used my green 1G.
right, so that it would match nicely. Absolutely. I mean, I still end up going through a number of times, even with the fire line. But
I used 8 pound and I always mess up when I'm doing two, when I do two. So I just went around twice.
uh,
I messed up just trying to get this bead on. Oh my gosh. All right.
There's no judgment in beading, you guys. It's
Oh,
all
yeah.
supposed to just be,
Mhm.
whatever happens, happens.
It can always be modified and turned into something even better.
That's right.
absolutely. And that's one of the things. This is such an easy pattern. And it's such an old pattern of mine that I'd love it if you turn it into your own thing.
And usually it's accidents that cause that to happen when you didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Right. And then you end up with this wonderful, happy accident. That's what what Bob Ross used to call them.
Yeah, we spent yesterday trying to explain happy accidents to the students.
And some students are like, what do you mean? What do you mean? It's like,
Yeah, some
it.
students just really can't hack the whole idea of going with it, but that's all right. Different people are different ways.
No.
I'm just pleased that there's a whole group of beaters still here from 35, 40 years ago for me, so this is good.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
we
Oh, it means so much.
just keep beading and beading and beading.
We can't stop. I mean, we can stop anytime we want to.
Right.
Sure. Sure.
Nobody sounds
yeah.
like that. Everybody's like, whatever.
Yeah, right.
You just keep telling yourself that.
Great.
While you're cleaning up beads.
Yeah.
No, I have so many things that I can help donate to you guys. Help.
So we need to-
Nope, I don't want that.
Donating your creative spirit is the best thing you can donate. And inspiration to us all.
I will get you a doll this time.
And,
I love those. I love those dolls. Yeah. So
What those?
Joanne makes a beautiful dolls. They're bead crochet
Mm,
Wow.
and they're
Yeah.
really adorable. I have one at home.
Sounds beautiful.
Can we see
Yep.
one?
Yeah, I want to see.
Joanne,
that.
do you have one at hand?
just a minute, I'll go in the other room and get it. Maybe I'll get her to
Thank
stay
you.
with her daddy.
How have I not ever seen them in all these years? I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe I haven't.
it's just hard to see it all, you know? I just, it's one of those things where,
Okay.
so until she does that, I can add, I'm working on Hannah's sunflower class. So this is how far I've got.
oh, look at
so
how
far.
yours is changing.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
that's
so much
beautiful.
fun. I'm having a ball. I added a whole bunch more of the square wire in the center, making these neat stripes in the center and some more sequins. And now I've started that embroidery painting.
What class was that?
This was Hannah's sunflower bead embroidery class.
I'll be right back. I'll show you the sample.
And so we learned this is all the metal pearl wire work here. And we did the sparkle cup chain. So we're learning all kinds of techniques and it's 3-dimensional. I don't know if you can see how the center is raised, but yeah, that's what it's gonna look like when it's done.
Oh, wow.
Well, but you've got gold work going on
Oh.
in here too.
I
it
did,
looks
so
like.
I blinged
Yeah.
up my center a little bit more.
Right.
All right.
Oh, look
so
at that.
Let me get rid of my thing here, Joanne.
my gosh.
Do you guys remember Mavis Smith?
I would
Oh my
love to.
gosh.
Mavis Smith made the heads. I'm always looking for heads, so if anybody knows of anybody. Here's one. Here's another one, something.
I've not ever seen these.
And so, yeah, and they're beautiful little
look
dresses. And then she does the link to links for the arms and legs.
That is so creative.
And if anybody, wants them special with certain things in the arms, they always get shoes or boots. And I can always put in the arms like if I give it to you for a donation, I'll put beads and I will put bead charms in there.
Mhm.
Oh,
Fun. I love it.
Yes.
So
They're
if anybody
so
knows of
cute.
people with
They're
heads,
so
let me know.
Pull out. Could you take me a picture of one of yours?
Okay.
And so, yeah, I can take a picture of mine at home. Yeah, mine's purple.
I would love
Oh,
that.
they're so creative, Joanne.
I know
Thank
they're
you.
so sweet, aren't they?
There you go.
I have a lot of fun making them.
Wonderful. I'm sorry.
Put it there.
Right there.
I'm finishing one right now. A little girl that somehow ended up on my Facebook has cancer. And
Oh.
I'm finishing up a little red one for her because, red for us means health.
Mhm.
And I want to send it to her so she's like a little 10-year-old girl.
Oh,
Oh,
That'll be so sweet.
I love that. That's a great, it's a sad age for what's going on, but it's a great age for being so much mentally older than what you look.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the main thing I love to do.
Mm.
I've been doing them for 20 years.
how have I
Wow.
not seen it?
Beautiful.
Yeah, well.
What got you started
she's
doing
rather
it?
shy. She
Um,
doesn't show as
What
much.
got me started was my granddaughter. We were in the bead store and I started making the vintage purses, knitting them. And then I saw in Bead and Button, I think, where somebody had done a little doll. And the girl at the bead store at that time, I couldn't figure things. She helped me downsize it to make the doll. And that's the rest of it. From history, that's all I've been doing.
Wow.
But I met my granddaughter wanted one. And she was like 5 at the time.
Mhm.
She's now 32.
Time flies.
And that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Too fast.
It really does.
All done.
All right, let's see. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, wait. There we go. Da, da, da. Add spotlight. Yay!
Oh, nice.
Yay.
Very nice.
Nice.
Very
Good.
nice.
I bet they're
Sounds
gonna look
great.
adorable on.
Oh, they will.
Oh, gorgeous.
Oh,
Oh,
looks great on you, Karen.
Definitely.
Deborah sent me a picture too. I'm not sure how to share that, Deborah.
Just
Oh,
post it in the Facebook chat.
I will.
later.
Oh, and Deborah made a pair of Lisa's earrings too. Deborah says she can't get it to share. Deborah, I'll take care of posting it in the chat. After I get off here, I'll have to do it via my computer. It's beautiful.
Ta-da.
So.
I like this as a Christmas.
Very
gift.
nice.
Now you're all ready.
Oh, wait, I think I know how to do this. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this to show.
Wouldn't this make a great ornament for a small tree?
Now I have to go order some more 2-hole beads because these are adorable.
Because
Yeah,
you
me
sold all
too.
of yours to me.
Yeah.
Figure
Oh,
out what all
here's
to
that
do.
back
Right?
down.
I got a good class out of it here, you know?
Here, set it back down.
Oh, okay.
All right, so here's Beth's. She did hers in all of these earthy tones.
I like that.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
it's really nice, and it's those Picasso, I think,
yep.
daggers, yeah.
Mm.
So very earthy. I love it. Yeah, next to my day glow.
No. You know how people love decorating small little Christmas trees like at their desks at work?
Exactly,
These are-
yeah.
All of these
All right.
make great ornaments.
I think so.
Not only just
absolutely.
jewelry, but
Yeah.
just
Yep, I think so. I think
I
they're
think
great.
this should work to share Deborah's. Does that work?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Deborah-
Oh, I like
nice.
that.
Oops,
Whoops.
I don't know. Well, there you go.
go back to Hannah.
All right, hold on. Let me stop sharing and I don't know what happened there. So,
It worked. We saw it for a second.
well, let me see whether or not, yeah, my computer's, I'm using Sean's and his is better than mine. But let me see if I can get that to come back. Hold on. Sorry about that, Deborah. A user error. Let's see. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. All right, let's try that again. Maybe this time I can share it without,
I don't like this one as well. I didn't like my idea.
there we go. Does that work? Is it working?
Yeah, there it
Yes.
is. Yeah.
So, yeah, so
Oh,
there
those
it-
turned out great.
Yeah.
Those are
so she
really
did
cool
I
colors.
love the color.
Yeah, aren't they
Yes.
beautiful? So she's got sort of I love that finish, that Picasso
Oh,
finish.
it's a
It's the-
great
I had
finish.
to
I don't
cut-
recall seeing that one
I
before.
just don't like-
right. And then Lisa's earrings up top. So
Yes, I love the colors. They're soft and pretty and,
Mhm.
yeah,
oh, those are great.
yeah, those are really something else. I love them.
Mm.
So pretty.
So great.
So is she gonna hang like an ear wire from them because they're not? She didn't use the Amani post, so maybe just the
I don't know, maybe she'll come and tell us, she's on Facebook,
like
so
an
she'll maybe
invite.
tell us in the chat in Facebook, or she'll
Okay.
text me, so.
I don't like this one as well.
It's the same as the other one and it didn't come out as good? What happened?
Different colors.
Just color.
Oh, different colors.
Yeah, combination,
Well,
but everything about it's fine.
I don't, yeah, I mean, it's not done yet, but
Oh, it's way smaller.
yeah.
Cause
yeah.
you didn't do the together thing on the bottom, you did just the
Oh,
dagger, the circle, that's
I
why.
took it apart,
Cause you did it wrong. Oh,
because I did it wrong,
I
but I don't like the colors anyway, so I like the wing colors.
I do,
You like this one?
yeah. I do.
Well, see, here's the thing that I found is even when I don't, when I make ones that I don't dig the colors, there's
Yeah, I
always
don't
someone
like
who
it.
has a different kind of
Yeah,
color
it
fence.
literally has like Christmas, like a king.
see, those are the same colors I used, I just used them bigger.
Aw.
I just used a bigger bead in the same color.
Okay, girls.
You
Settle down. You're right.
Oh my gosh, Shelley, you're adorable.
Oh,
forgot a couple beads.
Yeah, that's why.
Damn it.
That's why yours looks different.
All right,
Cause you
Rip it.
used half as many beads as the pattern called for.
I'm ripping it. I'm gonna do it again.
Dun,
I
dun,
know
dun,
Rochelle's
dun.
gonna do stuff.
So cute. But this has just been so much fun. Wouldn't you like to do this every week?
Yeah.
So if you're out there in Beadland, you know, our Let's Bead Live happens one Saturday a month. And we really encourage you maybe to, you know, get together with another friend in the Bead Society and join together. And just have a ball while you're doing it, you know? We just have a table full of beads here, so,
I'll be back.
it's kind of funny, so I just have to show you guys, just because
It might be my fault.
it's kind of hilarious, so just because,
right,
there we
let me
go,
get
add
this one.
spotlight, so there you go, there's the table full of beads.
That's hysterical. I love it. I don't understand how that happens to me too, is I'll be working on a really simple project and all of a sudden I have an explosion.
You and me
That's
both. It
that's
just
it.
happens, Hannah. This happens.
And so,
I think so. It's just, you know,
I made all the jewelry for my daughter's wedding and I'm working on a pair of earrings and somehow I filled up the whole bench.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
no, it's amazing. Just love.
You know,
how that
I
happens.
do like that.
I think that looks great.
Ooh, I'm gonna use these.
I
double
like your
earrings.
earthy thing. I like how you did it with the different,
I
etc.
love the colors, yeah. I
And so
do.
since you went in the same hole, you
Yes.
got all these other holes. You could embellish, make all kinds of
Yeah.
anything, or you could come out and make another. You
I
could
know,
do-
that's what actually I was like, do I do this again?
You could do anything you want to do. That's the fun part.
and they don't even have to match.
No.
No,
What do you mean?
Like any of your jewelry matches?
Like, yeah, I
actually.
when
started
I
doing
don't
this
wear
just to
earrings
be a
anymore. I
pendant.
can't, but when I did, all of my earrings were
And then- and
mismatched.
then Change
I,
the design,
Well,
like
I-
white.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
love mismatched earrings.
yeah.
Yeah. Some people love them, some people just can't even with them.
Do you ever?
Well,
get
in
like
my
to do
world, I get
weird
really
things or
weird
is it
comments if I have mismatched
I
earrings.
have not learned.
I like
yet.
candles. I can't, not on a actual.
Well, then clearly your RBF is not working real well.
Okay, here.
Well, that was wonderful fun. Thank you, guys.
So much fun.
thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Hold
the
on.
tongue's coming out.
I know, I gotta
That's it.
put it here
Here we
and
go.
we'll show it. So hold on.
I added a face.
Don't forget,
She added the face
yeah.
to her little, oh, it's upside down, but yeah, look at the face, because it's
And
a
then-
multiple.
Oh my
fold.
gosh, how
And
cute.
then the
Oh,
little tongues
beautiful.
coming out below the eyes.
Exactly, so then that's
Yeah.
the little face.
Those were those,
Love.
the two mutant beads that were stuck together.
I know, yeah, they're mutant demis, what do you call them, the.
Oh, did the
hybrid
finish make
demis?
them?
So
Yeah,
they two demis stuck together, so that's her little face on her cute little guy. So I'm really excited. So if you use a lentil on the top, then you could add more characteristics to your.
There's a green.
I love it.
Leave
I
it.
And it
love
was
it.
just right at the split where those two split is where we put it, is right there.
Right. I love it.
Be goofy. Golly geez.
Oh, yeah.
So other than that, Hannah,
Oh, sorry.
what
No, you're
else
right.
do you have coming up? You've got a brand new thing that you're.
Well,
I don't
we
know if
have,
about it or
we
not.
have, I have this project coming up again in April, but unfortunately that class is completely sold out. So we are setting up another class through Beads in October. So this will still be an available class. And then I am doing a class in also in April, but it'll that is a pictorial beading class. So you're going to pick a picture that you like, and then you're going to do it in beads. And usually when I do it, it's a little round patch that I do. So I'll go fetch a couple of those so you can see them. But little squares, you know, or rectangles would work well too. And each person is going to get their own kit designed directly for them based off of that. And then we'll meet twice before the class meets as a group. Once so that I can explain to you how I picked your beads so that you can do it alone for the next project. And then again, later on to talk about some other details. So it's a 4-part class, 2 of which are as a group online and 2 of which are private, basically online classes. And that, once again, that's a pictorial beadwork class. I'll be right back with that. So. And then what I'm doing is I will be doing a couple of bead shows with Rochelle and with Team Toho over the summer. So that's going to be exciting. So here is my first picture that I've done. And yeah, as you can see, it's a betta fish. I'm obsessed with these bettas. So I did 2 of those. The other one is upstairs and not easy to get a hold of. Things like this are really fun to start with, like flowers or fish or butterflies, or even if you're really into paintings, then, you know, Impressionist paintings are really, because you can see that the way that the beadwork works, and you can see the direction. Things like Van Goghs and stuff work really nicely in this. So that's the first thing. This is what I don't recommend for your first one, though. This is Maddie. Maddie passed away in August, and she was my heart dog. And there are 2 things about this that I wouldn't recommend. The first is that there are only really a few different colors of dark brown and black. So dark brown and black for a full animal, like a dark brown animal or a black cat or something, are really hard. The second thing that I'm not letting people do is photos of their heart pets that have been recently deceased, because I can tell you right now that this was, I love the way it turned out, and it's going to be a picture in the long run. I've got a little frame that I've got here that I'm going to be putting it in later today. I'll show you the frame, a smaller frame on something else, but here's the frame that I'm going to be using on a different project I'm working on. So it's a larger frame, but it looks like this. But this was by far one of the least fun beading projects I've ever done, because it was so hard for me to look at photos of her and videos to get all these colors right. So I'm not letting people for this first one do photos of their heart animals that have been deceased. And so that's a no for your first one. Anyway, so no black animals, no dark brown animals, no recently deceased heart pets, and also no people unless it's a painting. So not a photo of someone in your family or something, just because it's going to be really difficult for your first one. So those are the things that I'm not really keen on people doing for their first pictorial. So that's what I've got coming up. And then once again, you can come see Rochelle and I at a couple of the bead fests that are coming up. We're going to have the 2023 Toho challenges, which the colors are going to be announced on the 15th, and we'll have the actual pieces with us at the booth at Beadfest Milwaukee and Beadfest Lancaster. And am I forgetting anything, Rochelle?
I don't think so.
And
I
I'm not
have a
gonna tell
question,
you-
Hannah.
Uh-huh.
So, the one of, was it Maddie? Is that was your dog's name?
Yes.
It turned out just absolutely stunning. It
Yeah.
looks like the ears are 3D. I mean, like they're coming
Oh,
out of
yeah.
it. Is
Well,
that
thank you.
It really does, yeah.
is,
Well,
I
it
mean,
is,
are
it
they
is
so
totally, no, it's totally
oh,
flat.
wow.
Yeah, it is totally flat, and it's because of the colors that are chosen. And so the first time I do this, I'm going to be going ahead and making your kits for you so that you have all the colors you need. And we'll talk about where they go in your design in one of our private sessions. But yeah, this one is all flat except for the whiskers.
Whiskers.
The whiskers come out, yes.
But the ears are just, I mean, they really look 3-dimensional.
Well, thank you. I really
That's-
appreciate that.
And the
Yeah, it was-
coloring is just beautiful on it.
well, it came out really well after it was done, but I just don't want anybody to have all the sadness and the emotions when I'm teaching them. So that's the only reason that I'm not allowing it in class, is that this piece was really hard for me. And I don't want anybody else to do that in their first class when it's supposed to be fun. So
I don't see sadness when I look at it. I see all the love that you have
Well,
for her.
thank you. It just,
It's
it was a
hard.
good photo. So you can see that it's a 3/4 view. It's, side views and 3/4 views work the best for these, so that you can really see it. And good photo of the eyes is really important. She had really soft eyes. So for me,
Yes.
that was the most important and the hardest part. So, it came out well in the long run, but I don't want anybody else. I'm not saying that they shouldn't do it later on, but for the first one, I want the first one to be easier for people. So, so let me, I'm gonna have you guys talk about something else for a little while, and I'll pull up a photo of a painting that I think that would be really easy if you're really into doing people. So, but meanwhile, Rochelle, why don't you talk a little bit about about what we're going to be showing at the Bead Fests? Did Rochelle wander off?
I just muted myself and didn't realize it.
I'm going to just put you on the spot.
I know.
I
So,
love
yeah,
this
we're gonna
stuff.
have a great time. We're also hoping it all work out and to share the our booth with Lisa and Maggie. And that's the whole fun of having classes, and we just want to get back out into the public. We did Lancaster last year with Lisa and Maggie and just showed the Toho Challenge design, and it was so much fun. People, the response was great, the inspiration. So we want to now have a booth so that we can teach classes, making cakes, and give you more of the whole challenge experience by having beads available in the challenge colors, along with our 2023 featured designer gallery of inspiration. And so we're really looking forward to yeah, just getting back out there and doing all of it. It's when you can get together with Zoom, it really keeps you connected. And then when you can get together in person and take those classes and everything, it's just the ice, the whatever cherry and the whipped cream on top of the ice cream sundae. And
Caramel.
caramel drizzle. Oh yeah, there you go. What about some nibs on the top, cocoa nibs? Oh my gosh, exactly. So
And you also showed the rebeads, the
did.
recycled glass bead projects too.
and so they're all packed away right now because I just got them back, you know, from the show, and they're gonna go to Japan. But Lisa made a beautiful one, so I'm sending it to Starman. Hopefully, it'll all get used for a wonderful promotional ad. And also at Bobby Bead right now, we do have the Johnson solids on display from Diane Fitzgerald for 2 more weeks. They're being donated to the Museum of Beadwork. So if you're a Johnson solids fan, there's 92 different shapes you can make with a triangle. And so Diane got together 80 different people from around the world, and they made all the 92 different shapes, and they're all on display here at Bobby Bead for 2 more weeks. And
Go look.
so, and we are open for the holidays, just as a reminder. Bobby Bead is now open 7 days a week. We're open Fridays 11 to 6, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays 11 to 5, and Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 11 to 2:30. And so we really want to make sure that those last minute holiday presents you want to make, we're here for you to do that. And we're open on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve as well till 5.
On my leaves.
I have pictures of the bracelet if you want me to share them with the
Oh,
group.
do you? That would be so super. Let me spotlight you.
Okay, so share screen. Okay, so
Did I make you a
share, and then
co-host?
that one. Okay, I'll do this one first.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh,
Isn't that beautiful?
wow.
These are
So
all-
this is with the silver line finish of
Yeah.
the
Oh my
beads.
gosh.
Yeah.
And I use the Toho 1G thread. And these are all triangles interconnected.
Yep.
And the I wanted to do that because of all the different layers of recycling and what it, you know, what goes into recycling. So and the triangle, of course, is the symbol of recycling. So did that one. And then with it closed, it looks like that. So there, even the clasp is one of the triangles. And so the whole thing is made out of the triangles. And
Oh,
they're
they're
just
all different
beautiful. I
sizes.
loved working with those beads. They're just,
So Lisa, how many different size triangles are there?
oh gosh. Maybe like 35, I don't know. There was a few.
Oh, but I mean,
few.
are there a few the same size and some different sizes?
Yes, there's some of the same, there is all different sizes. So I
Wow.
think maybe this
8s
is
and
like a,
11s, 8s and 11s is
oh,
what they're coming in. Just 8s and 11s.
yep, 8s and 11s and the 5 finishes.
Oh, right, yeah. There's
So
I'm gonna have to get.
green, brown,
Vicky.
blue, black, and clear.
And then there's silver lined and there's a matte.
And a luster, and a regular transparent, and a rainbow.
Okay,
Right.
yep,
Yeah, so there's
5
all sorts
finishes
of
and 5
different
colors.
options.
yes. So, and that was the toggle was. So yeah, there's just all different.
So pretty.
Thank you. I enjoyed working with those beads. They're just, and I love the whole sustainable, idea behind it.
I'm so darn excited. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today, Lisa and Dooley and Hannah Rosner. This has been so much fun. And once again, sponsored by the Upper Midwest Bead Society. So if you want to join us, then join the group umbs.org. And so thanks again.
I know,
We'll
those
see
are
you
beautiful.
next year.
Thank
I
you.
know.
Happy holidays.
Yes, happy holidays. Thanks, Rochelle.
All right, so we've stopped live streaming. Now let's stop recording.
Yeah, I just got some 6 pound.